Force be with you.
Hey, watch the language.
In 8 days. Come on! Rated PG-13. This
What is going on, guys? Quantity coming at you back again with another normal movie review. So how you guys doing with myself today? By the looks of it, we're back in the studio. We got the tripod back in order and everything like that, so we can finally do a movie review normally. So today, we're here to review the new Star Wars: The Last Jedi film. This is a spoiler-free video. Half of it might be spoiler at the very end, so viewer discretion is advised. If you don't want to be spoiled at this movie, then don't watch the rest of this video. If you do want to be spoiled, go ahead and watch the rest of the video. If you've already seen the movie, well, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you have not seen the movie and you do not want it to be spoiled, please do not watch the rest of the video when I mention that there is going to be spoilers involved. So, I would try and do my best not to spoil that non-spoiler half if I can. If I can't, I'm sorry in advance. This movie was a giant roller coaster of emotions. Like, I shit you not. First thing that literally happened to me when I got into the movie, when the giant subtitles, like and all the other old movies besides Rogue One, has in common, you know, the whole it has like the whole story pretty much like narrowed down to like one little giant paragraph, and it tells the whole story and stuff like that. I started crying because these movies were like a really big childhood, you know, game changer for me. Because I never knew what Obi-Wan Kenobi was. I never knew Star Wars for a really long time until I was about maybe 6 or 7 or 5 years old. And then I watched these movies with my godfather growing up. And I watched them all the way from the old ones to the prequels. And I loved every single one of them ever since. When I heard that they were making another one, I was so happy to hear that. Like, you know, I seen Rogue One, loved it. Saw Force Awakens, loved it. And you know what? Just to say right now, I love this movie. The Last Jedi was incredible. It was probably the most perfect movie I've ever seen in a Star Wars film ever. So good job to you, Lucasfilms, and good job. Since the very beginning, when I heard Disney was going to be taking over the whole Star Wars franchise, I was very hesitant. But the fact that they have been nailing these movies 3 times in a row now is so amazing that we couldn't trust any of those other like movie companies out there to make such amazing franchise. But when we saw Disney with how they make their awesome live action movies like Tron, and other movies like that, Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, all those movies, those live-action movies, Beauty and the Beast, all of them. We actually saw some greatness inside all of them, and we're just like, you know what, we trust you guys, but if you fuck it up, it's on you. And they did not fuck it up once, and it's amazing to think about. That, you know, my favorite all-time like company is actually, you know, doing really good with, like, making these films. And on top of that, they own Marvel. And now they own our 21st Fox Century. That's fucking crazy. I'm still looking at you, Disney. Don't fuck up. Don't you fucking mess with Deadpool. That's okay though. They said they're not gonna make him PG-13. They're gonna leave him rated R. Or are they? This movie was great. Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, all of them were just amazing at their roles. Rey, all of them. It was great. I love the Rey's character development as becoming a Jedi. I love Kylo Ren, especially more in this one, just because he's a fucking badass in all of it. And then I also like how Snoke has a bigger role in all of it. And we have, this movie has like so many feels to the other old films. A lot of people in the audience review of Rotten Tomatoes, which has a 56, compared to the critics rating, which is 93, is stupid. Literally, people were trying to say that they hated this movie just because. That's all. They had no reason. Like, literally, I looked through all these angry like reviews, and literally half of them are just saying, I didn't like it just because I didn't like it. And I'm like, that's not really a valid reason. I mean, you have to have a valid reason. What was wrong with the film? And they refuse to even say why. They say, well, I don't want to tell you. I just didn't like it just because I didn't like it. That's my reason. Because they think that they can do better. And you all, honestly, none of them can do better than that. But then there's also other people who legit think that this has no tie-in to the Old Republic. This has no tie-in to the Old Rebellion or the Old Empire. This is a whole different new story and stuff like that. And they're getting pissed about it. That's the point. In this film, it is not about the old empire or the old rebellion anymore. This is a different war now. This is a different timeline. This is all different. But the similarities that people have not really noticed, that I noticed right off the bat, is the fact that there are similarities from The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi all through this movie, and I loved it about that. That was great. And, you know, all the secrets with Rey and stuff like that were really well developed and, you know, explained. And then the relationship slash, you know, faux ship between Rey and Kylo is unbelievable. And Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker still takes my breath away, and it's still nice to see him back on the big screen for Star Wars. And that's really it. I mean, for the non-spoiler half, that's really all I can say. This movie was just fantastic. It was an emotional roller coaster. It was perfect. It was beautiful. Everything that was in it was just pure genius, and it was just all out fun, and it was crazy good. Like, I love this movie. It gets a fucking 10 out of 10 for me, that's for sure. I know I shouldn't be giving my rating just until I get into the spoiler half, but it's 10 out of 10 for me already. It's that fucking good. I would go see it again if I wanted, and I will. Really, I am going to go see it again. But now it's just, oh wow, I can't believe how far we've come with Star Wars. It's just crazy. That's really it for the non-spoiler half I wanted to share with you guys. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the non-spoiler half and it's gotten you hyped up and much more interested in seeing The Last Jedi, then go ahead and go check it out in your nearest theater near you, and it will be fucking worth it. I promise you, it is an emotional roller coaster. Try and look at it the way that I just explained it, with like, you know, having tie-ins to the old Empire Strikes Back movie and the Return of the Jedi movie. Try and see what I see if you can, and then also understand what they're trying to do in the process of trying to make a new Star Wars story. That's all you have to do in order to really like and understand the film. That's all you have to do. So thank you guys for watching the non-spoiler half of Star Wars The Last Jedi review, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
We gonna fall, we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on, it's gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you.